Okay, so now let's talk about the application of pie charts. This is number 3. Pie charts, also sometimes called pie graphs, are used to illustrate the proportion or ratio, such as 2 to 3, of data as part of a whole or group. Again, some important words to remember here are make sure you use the word pie charts when you have a pie chart or a pie graph, and pay attention to the word illustrate. It means the same as to show or depict, represent. The word proportion, ratio, can be useful when writing a paragraph about pie charts. The whole expression here, data as part of a whole, can also be used. Let's see an example of pie charts. Now, let's say, for example, that we're looking at a pie chart which is describing favorite pizzas. And you'll probably have a nice circle like this with a legend. Again, remember the word legend can be very useful when writing a paragraph. And then the pie chart will be divided into the proportions or ratios. Of course, these are called slices. So let's say, for example, we have a nice big slice like this, another one, and then perhaps 2 smaller slices like that. And we might have one slice that's either a gray color or it might be dotted, speckled. One might have lines like this. Another one might be just a gray color, and another one a white color. In the legend, you'll have a description of what each of these means. Let's say the dotted is a pepperoni pizza. Let's say that the lined is cheese. The green here is supreme, and the white is sausage. Now, usually the proportions will be presented as units or percentages. So let's say that this is, for example, 32%. This is maybe 31%. Let's say that this one is 19%, and this one is 18%, like this. So again, when you have a pie chart or a pie graph, and you're writing the paragraph, you will be making comparisons between the different slices in the pie graph and the different proportions or ratios that are presented as a percentage. Now, most important is when you're describing the pie chart, then what you need to do is you need to change it into human language. So let's observe here that if we're looking at the supreme pizza and we're looking at the cheese pizza, we can say that people who like the supreme and cheese pizza are half of this group, because 18% and 32% together are 50%, which is half of the group surveyed or interviewed about their favorite types of pizzas. And on the other side, of course, if we're looking at the pepperoni, which is 31%, and then we're looking at the sausage, which is 19%, by adding together these two numbers, again, we see that it is 50%. So the other half of the group likes these two pizzas put together. So by doing a little bit of math, we can get some more interesting information about describing the pie charts and the pie graphs. We can see that by adding together the percentages of the third and fourth favorite types of pizzas, which in this case are sausage and supreme, together they are still less than half of the population surveyed, only equaling approximately 37%. So again, the number 1 and number 2 pizzas are very popular, as we can see, 31 and 32%, almost 1/3 of the population for each. And then the third and fourth favorite types make up approximately the other 1/3 of the population. So this is the kind of language, and these are the kinds of comparisons that should be used when describing a pie chart. So again, pie charts are used to illustrate the proportions or ratios of data as part of a whole or part of a group. Here the group are pizzas and the proportions are pepperoni, cheese, supreme, and sausage. Of course, on the IELTS it will be a little bit more complex. Again, for this type of graph or chart, it's very, very important to remember compare and contrast vocabulary, such as not only, but also, however, on the other hand, even though, and so on, to make sure that the sentences are well connected and the information is well described. Okay, now that we understand the application of pie charts, we can move on to the fourth type of representation, which is a table.